I think the reality is that for centuries we've really treated property as an individualized good and not a collective good, and we are going to transitioning to treating it as a collective good and towards a model of shared equity will require that we think about it differently, and it will mean that families, especially white families, but some POC families who are homeowners as well, are going to have a different relationship to property than the one that we currently have.
So that is Zohran Mamdani's, I guess, housing czar, apartment czar, Cea Weaver, and she's basically a raging communist who you got to see her past. She's deleting like crazy, but you have to see her past tweets. It just shows you she has no interest or understanding of capitalism, but yet she's the perfect one for Zohran Mamdani. Not a surprise to Pierre Debbas, managing partner of Romer Debbas. Pierre, welcome back. Hearing her, it's got to alarm you.
Brian, this is exactly what our fear was. When we talked 8 months ago, I said that these housing policies that he has in mind are pure forms of communism. Now, when you use phrases like the collective, what does a collective mean, right? The collective means that we take from private owners, we take control, and we decide how we distribute these assets and the use of these assets. So it's the collective phrase by itself is pure Marxism, right? So what they're trying to do, like, what does that mean? We're going to change how housing is viewed and change how housing is operated. That means the government's going to take control of housing, right?
Yeah.
And can the government go and repossess your building? No, they can't just say, hey, we're going to enforce eminent domain and we're going to take over your building. But what they're going to do, and it's exactly what we predicted, they're going to create onerous regulations which create distress in the market with the hopes of taking over buildings that are going to be valued at peanuts on the dollar from what they used to be.
Here's what Mamdani did defending his hiring of this lunatic.
I hired our executive director for the mayor's office to protect tenants, not on the basis of her tweets, but on the basis of the work that she has done. And she has won incredible victories for tenants across not just New York City, but also New York State. And I've been heartened to see the work that she's already done on the job here, where she's helping to coordinate rental ripoff hearings across each one of the 5 boroughs so that tenants have a place where they can actually come forward to showcase the many fees that they've been charged, the lack of adequate facilities that they've been provided right here in New York City, where the housing crisis is foremost, top of mind for each and every New Yorker.
So does that surprise you, and does that affect you?
It doesn't surprise me at all, but it affects the New York City economy, right? Because right now, who in their right mind would invest in New York City commercial real estate in terms of apartment buildings?
Yeah.
Who? We had the most tenant-friendly laws in America as it stands today. We have about 1 million rent-stabilized units in New York City. There's about 2.3 million rental units in all of New York City.
Right.
So roughly 40% of our stock is stabilized. That's a tremendous amount of affordable housing.
So that means it's never going to go up. So everything life goes up. Inflation's at 2.7%. Everything goes up. Hopefully wages goes up too.
Right.
But you can't have a capitalist system where the rent doesn't go up.
Right. Well, here's the thing, right? Like you want these landlords to rehab these buildings. You want them to maintain them. You want them to improve them.
With what money?
Precisely. What money? Where are you getting them? You have to get an ROI. There has to be an incentive to invest in your building, and there has to be cash flow, positive cash flow coming in. Rent freezes and all these concepts negate all of that entirely.
Yeah. So you predicted, number one, if he's going to do this, there might be a means to an end. And so if landlords go, if you're going to continue to prosecute me, if you're going to continue to stabilize me and prevent me from raising rents, I'm going to keep those apartments open. But if you keep those apartments open and you're still not making a profit,
right,
you abandon those properties. You go bankrupt.
But that's what they want. That's their goal, right? Like this started in 2019. Like de Blasio spearheaded the most sweeping change in rent regulations in New York City. Cuomo just blindly signed off on it. This was a whole initiative started in that administration. They want these buildings to be devalued to nothing so they can take them over. This is pure destruction by design. This is intentional. This is not like happenstance and we just want to help tenants.
So the city would have to run that building.
That's right. That's
Where
correct.
are we going to get that money? The city's already in the red.
By the way, it's going to cost billions of dollars to rehab these properties to get them up to the condition you want. The 100,000 units I'm talking about that are vacant right now, they're in dilapidated condition. So you're going to take these over and you're going to spend, where are you getting the money to rehab them? Where?
Well, you're getting it, but you have to take it from other programs, or you're going to raise taxes.
Right.
But you don't raise taxes as a mayor.
That's right.
So I don't know where they're going to go with that. So right now you said that for the most part, people haven't had a mass exodus since he took over. But these people that he's hiring has got to scare you.
Absolutely. I mean, look, what are we, 10 days into the administration? This is pure lunacy. I mean, you're seeing the radicals he's hiring. And by the way, people keep saying, don't say the C word, don't say the C word. These are communists. Like, let's stop kidding ourselves, right? These are flat out communists. Like, it's mortifying.
Right. I want you to hear what he's doing, and that is he's attacking daycare. Absolutely. Daycare has got to be attacked. I think it's a hot issue to two parents, working families. I understand it. If you are a single parent, divorced, you got to go to work. I understand it. So him and the president agree on that. But what he's doing is giving it away for free. So you're going to have anything you get for free, I found out in life, will gradually descend into chaos. And that's what he's doing. Here's what he was talking about, cut 41.
Let us never forget that victories like these are political choices. Governor Hochul and I have made the choice to deliver for working families. We have made the choice to take these steps towards universal child care. We have made this choice to fix 3K, to deliver universal 2 care, to ensure that, as the governor said, the days of empty promises are over.
So and you get it. So we have free daycare starting, and the governor's afraid to go against him.
Right. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? It sounds so nice, right, in theory, right? Like, yeah. I mean, I have
your rent doesn't go up and your daycare is free.
That's right. But where are you getting the money from to pay for all of this, right? Like, where are you getting it? She said she's not raising taxes. You raise taxes, you continue down this with this rhetoric, people will leave, right? Like, they're not leaving now, but like people are on the fence. People are waiting and seeing how far extreme this is going to go. The free daycare, yeah, in theory, it sounds wonderful, right? But where do we have the money? This city's already lost how many billions of dollars of tax revenue since the pandemic?
Yeah.
I don't get how you pay for this.
I don't think he really worries about that too much. I think that he just says, I'm going to get another $9 billion out of the wealthy. Now, let me ask you, when it comes to some of the banks, these bigger banks, they have not had their sit down for the most part with Zohran Mamdani. What are they waiting to hear? You're dealing with a lot of people that need financing.
Of course. I mean, look, he came aggressive with his campaign, right? And everybody who runs for office, they always promise you the world. I think a lot of people, it's the same concept. That it's waiting and seeing how far they try to go with this, right? Like, let him come into office, see what he does. And I mean, look, again, we're 10 days in, 12 days in. You know, they're taking a wait and see approach.
How many? You said there's 100,000 empty.
That's right.
Empty apartments. Are these affordable for the most part? Or are they high end?
No, they're rent stabilized. These are stabilized apartments. These are apartments that you could be bringing onto the market. Like I said before, like if I came up with a housing plan to create 100,000 affordable housing units, you tell me I was a genius. And they're out there. All you need is reasonable regulation that incentivizes landlords to maintain them in a certain condition and rehab them, put them on the market where there's some sort of an ROI with a reasonable regulatory environment so they don't go up to fair market value. That's it.
Right. I mean, and the other thing is, too, is you just want to maybe bring in the landlords and not just talk to the renters. Find out what their biggest contention is. Also, the investors. Find out what made you invest. Mm-hmm. Why did you stop?
How do you keep the momentum and the motivation to continue investing? Without the investment capital coming in, we have nothing.
The GDP is growing at 5.2%. Mm-hmm. A lot of that money traditionally went to places like New York and California. I hope it does stay here, but it's not as if these politicians have earned it. Pierre, thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
From Pierre Debbas.